Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. As Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, that this world is just like a reflection of the real world, and whatever qualities we find here in this world, the material qualities, is exactly opposite in nature of the qualities which exist in the real world. That is called the spiritual world. Spiritual world is the real world where all the beings are in true spiritual nature. There is no tinge of Jada Prakriti. As we see in this world, there is spirit soul always covered by the Jada Prakriti. We are the spirit soul, but we are being covered by this material body, this Pancha Bhautika Sharira. But there everything is called Chinmaya. Chinmaya Jagat means everything is conscious. In Brahma Samhita there is a verse. Brahma says that Chintamani prakarasatmashu kalpavriksha lakshavriteshu surabhirabhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So here Brahmaji is telling that Chintamani means everything, even a dust, even the stone, the earth, the waters, the air, everything is conscious there. Everything is in spiritual nature. Nothing is jada. Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpa vriksha, and the trees which exist there are called as kalpa vriksha. Kalpa means whatever we desire, it fulfills the desire. The desire fulfilling trees exist there. Because all the people there, every entity there wants to serve Krishna. They have a deep relationship with Krishna. They want to please Krishna in some or the other way. Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhira vipalayantam. And there are so many surabhi cows. So this exists in the spiritual world. Surabhi cows. How many? Lakshavriteshu. Laksha means lakhs of cows. And Krishna, Supreme God, is herding them. Lakshavriteshu surabhi abhipalayantam. And Lakshmi Sahasra Satasambrama Sevyamanam. Lakshmi means the goddess of fortune. Lakshmi, thousands and hundreds of Lakshmis are eager to render service to Govinda. Such is the charming, attractive nature of Krishna. So, Lakshmi ji is always serving lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, but Krishna is the same Vishnu in a different nature, where his loving reciprocation is more deep and intense. So that's why even that Lakshmi, thousands of Lakshmis are waiting eagerly to surrender service to Krishna. Lakshmi Satasa Sambrama Sevyamanam. Such is my Lord Govinda, whom I offer my obeisances and I worship him. Govinda Mali Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The material qualities of this material world, like the envy, the lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, lamentation, hankering, material competition, comparison. So all these material qualities doesn't exist in the spiritual world. And the pure spiritual qualities which are actually innate in the spiritual entity, innate in the Atma, innate in the soul, exist only to please Krishna in different moods and different relationships. In material world, everything undergoes changes. As we were discussing, in material world, everything has a creation, maintenance and destruction. Everything. The smallest of the things we can see this change, and even in the largest of things we can see these kind of changes happening. Nothing in this world around us we can see and ascertain or confirm that this doesn't undergo any change. No. Everything undergoes the changes. But the spiritual world is a place where nothing changes. Means the time is conspicuous by its absence. Unlike the material world, the time doesn't change things because everything is spiritual in nature. So the effect of time is not present in the spiritual world. That's why nobody grows older. Moreover, they have the spiritual body. Spiritual body is not affected by the material changes. And the time, the changes of time like day, afternoon and the night, and the changing of seasons is everything according to the wish of the people there. Like the wish of people who are residing in the spiritual world, if they wish that now there should be a rainy season, the rains will start pouring. So everything according to the wish, only because to have Leela with Krishna. So that souls who are present with Krishna, who are residing with Krishna, they are called Nitya Siddhas. Nitya Siddha means they are eternally pure souls because they never had any impurity, they never had to come to this material world. Nitya Siddhas. So that's why Krishna tells in Bhagavadgita chapter 8, so when he explains about the nature of this material world, that this material world is a place of misery and this material world undergoes changes, it creates and it maintains and deteriorates. At the end of this explanation, he mentions about his divine abode, that is spiritual world. So he mentions that parastasmat bhavonyo vyakto avyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu vinashyatsu na vinashyati. He is mentioning that para means always superior. Paras tasmat bhava anyaha. In the previous verses, when he has explained about the material nature of this world, this existential world where we are present, so after that he is mentioning about a spiritual world, that paras tasmat, therefore there is superior world than this. Bhava anyaha. Anyaha means other, bhava means nature. That is totally of different nature. That is not of this material nature, that is of spiritual nature. Everything is spiritual, chinmaya, divine. Parastasmat bhavonyaha vyakto avyaktat sanatanaha. So it has never manifested. Like in this world we see, this world was manifested sometimes and it is going to unmanifest at some time, and again it is going to manifest. This is a cycle, it repeats. So Krishna has already told bhutva bhutva praliyate. But he is mentioning that is vyakto avyaktat sanatanaha. It is always present and it has never manifested any time. Sanatanaha, and it is eternal. Unlike this world. In this world we have already heard that Krishna told ashashvatam, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. But that world is mentioning that it is sanatanaha. Sanatana means eternal. Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu vinashyatsu na vinashyati. Means in this world when everybody undergoes the pradai, everything undergoes pradai, but that world is not affected by this kind of changes or destruction or pradai. So that is why it is of superior nature. In this world, the soul is bound by the material laws. Material laws in the sense it is caught in the cycle of birth and death. Like soul, because of its previous karma, it takes birth in certain family to certain parents, and when it grows, it identifies with the family members and the place where it stays and the other people with whom it associates, and gradually it grows. The soul grows. When he grows, he has many other relationships. In this soul's journey in this body, in the present life, it has exchanges of different relationships, and all are like, for some time he comes together and then he has to separate. So this is a law of nature. So he takes birth, gradually grows older, and finally he dies. So then again it repeats. So this is a cycle. That's why this is called samsara chakra, the cycle of birth and death. But the soul itself is eternal in nature, and because he has eternal relationship with Krishna, that relationship is called as Sanatana Dharma or Sanatana. And that eternal relationship with Krishna is the ultimate shelter and ultimate satisfaction for the soul. And that exists in the spiritual sky, in the spiritual world. So that's why it is the ultimate destination. When one reaches to such a place, such a divine, happy place, he never wants to come back to this kind of material world. So Krishna, that's why he further mentions that avyakto ityuktas tamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante thaddama paramam mama. So he is mentioning that avyakto akshara iti uktas. Avyakto means, again he is mentioning that it is unmanifested, it is always present. It was never a time that it was not present, and it is never, the time is never going to come in future that is it is going to destroy. No, it is always present. Because I already mentioned that the time, effect of time is not present there. Because wherever there is effect of time, the things undergoes changes. Like in this world, if you keep a food, like in this world, if you prepare a food, after some times it becomes stale because the effect of time. If you keep a milk in the night, by that morning it becomes curd because of effect of time. But in spiritual world it is not so. In spiritual world everything is because of the desire. If one desires, he can get curd or milk, whatever. So that is not because of time, but that is because of desire. So that's why Krishna is mentioning avyakta, it is unmanifest. Avyakto akshara iti uktas. Akshara means it is not fallible. Kshara, this word is called kshara. Kshara means which always has a nature of to fall. Fall means soul or the living in the spiritual nature is controlled by the material modes of nature. That is three gunas. We have already discussed about the three gunas. How three gunas are binding every material, every spiritual entity by its ropes. So that word is akshara. Akshara iti uktas. Tamahu paramam gatim. Paramam gatim means it is the ultimate abode. ultimate place. If one reaches there, one attains that spiritual place, abode, he is never going to come back to this world. Yam prapya na nivartante. Yam prapya means once he attains, na nivartante, he never comes back. Such is my abode. Tad dhama paramam mama. Tad dhama means that my place is superior and it is the highest place. So that's what Krishna is explaining here. Hare Krishna.